Hi, good afternoon, good afternoon. Hi, welcome back. It's Trueblue Thai here in Thailand. For instance, and it's Friday. Friday, the day before the what's it called? The FA Cup final. Flies, kind of the worst thing in Thailand for me. What's it called? So welcome back to me, and I would like to. You're probably asking. Well, you're going to probably be asking, for instance, why am I wearing a jacket? Especially I'm inside. For instance, again, I would love to have gone outside, but again, the weather is still not great. Not too bad now. It's zony-ish, etc. For instance, still a lot of cloud around. But the reason why I'm wearing this jacket right now is basically this was when the jackets actually came out to Thailand. I've been saying to people, for instance, I've lost a lot of weight. And people have been a bit, yeah. Well, and I said, yes, I've lost a lot of weight since I've been out here. So, for instance, yesterday I think I was touching my stomach saying I'm a little bit, for instance, a bit bambooey, as they call it in Thailand. And bamboo means in Thai, for instance, it means fat. So, which is something it's not. Anyway, so I came out in, come on, you, for instance, it's kind of a gypsy. Family here, and they've got this really old motorbike. Yeah, yeah, motorbikes. Got a lot of them in Thailand. Love them, I hate them. Anyway, so for instance, I said to myself, I said, well, thank you. So I've said to myself, for instance, I wanted to lose a lot of weight since I came out. I've come to Thailand, and I have done so. So, for instance, this was the jacket, for instance, I actually came out in. Just to give you an idea, for instance, what it is now. So this is the length, the width, kind of. Look, what's it called? And believe me, I was struggling to close this. What's it called when I first came here? So yeah. So I can't. So yeah, and these were the trousers that came in because I kept dry smart. I was in business class. So look, so there you go. So yeah, so this is my what's it called where I am now. So it's kind of yeah, kind of lost a lot of weight. So yeah, 90% of all my clothes now do not fit. Oh come on, 90% of my clothes do not fit. Yeah, stay up there just for half an hour or something. Anyway, so that was me, for instance. Yeah, so it's been bambooey. What's it called? It is kind of a bit of a myth. But that was me. What's it called? For instance, lost a lot of weight. So I've lost over 100 kilos since I've been here. Over 100 kilos, a lot of weight. So what's it called? I bought this. This was the size medium, and I normally get the Thai sizes are very small. What's it called? When I bought this, I bought in Thailand, etc. For instance, and so they're very snug. So normally you get a 2XL or 3XL. That's what I used to buy before, for instance. And I bought all these elephant T-shirts, and when I first came here, for instance, and they're all basically way too big for me now. They're all packed away or burnt or given away or whatever. Yeah, so that's a lot of money spent wasted. Anyway, so what I've done is basically, for instance, I got this and it was a medium, and so what I'm going to do with my jacket and trousers, I just don't know. For instance, we'll see in the future. Anyway, so that's that. So anyway, I apologise about yesterday's video because we were in the middle of summer, for instance, and a lot of palpitations happened, and the tires don't keep quiet for nothing, and right now just the weather. And yesterday, for instance, the what's it called? The thunderstorm happened, and again in Thailand, for instance, and you probably heard about the Singapore thing. For instance, they can be violent, they can arrive, they can go stop, they can weird. But yesterday's storm, as I was like, I had to get out, and I heard this. It was a girl. If you might have heard the girls in the background, that was my neighbour telling me, for instance, even though I knew once ago I've left my washing out. So, for instance, anyway, she ended up bringing it back in. What happened is, as soon as I finished the stream, I went out. Thanks her for for bringing my washing back in, right? And the moment I went out, guess what happened? It stopped. And I mean, stopped. It's like someone just turned off a tap and that's it. And it wasn't a drop. Normally, there's a little bit of a blah, 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 blah before. No, it stopped. You could literally just go out and just not get a single drop of rain on you. It was just so weird. But it's Thailand, etc., and just the tropical climate, and it's what you accept. So it was weird. It really was. It was. I thought it was. I thought it was quite hilarious, actually, if you know. But it was so annoying. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a stream here, and I'm trying to do something, etc. For instance, and I get disturbed, as you see, from motorbikes, and I love to do these things outside. What's it called? But the dogs and chickens and whatever. So, for instance, but you just gotta kind of let's get used to it. And for instance, and people calling you, like my lady does all the time, and what do you want to eat today? For instance, what do you blah blah blah, you know, and yeah, oh, poo, yeah. Anyway, so that's that. Anyway, so but I'm not here to talk about my life in Thailand. I'm talking about the champions, the ole ole ole. Sorry, a bit hoarse. For instance, and tomorrow, one hour, I was getting it mixed up. 1 hour, so Saturday or Sunday, Friday, Saturday, hour, so 1 hour, 1 Okay, it was one atit Sunday, one Jan, one Ankan, one Put, one Parahasabodi, 1 hour, 1 hatit Saturday, Sunday. Anyway, so yeah, Saturday, what's it called? 4 o'clock, I think, English time, for instance, at Wembley Stadium. The 27th time Manchester City's been down there, and for instance, and yeah, it's the new Wembley, and there we go to our home to play against the whatever you want to call them, the rags, the scum, I've got words for them. And the bitterness I've seen online, for instance, after we've won the fourth peak, and it was going, oh, it's boring, Man City's Farmers League, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, so for instance, and I just want to go there and just rip him a new one. I really do. I want to do it at 10-0. We can. What's the goal? That's unlikely. What's the goal? But for instance, I just really, really want to go there and just really hurt them this time. Really hurt them. It's not been fun with with United. It really isn't. And so for instance, the time was growing up United. For instance, when I was growing up in the 70s. For instance, City were like like with number one as it were. For instance, we're over United. We've got Colin Bell, Francis Lee, that kind of thing. In front of Colin Bell up here, and picture with me and Colin Bell and my brother, and yeah. So for instance, and yeah, he was, and to me, for instance, so but United, and they were winning things and not winning things and getting to cup finals and whatever. Tommy Docherty and all this kind of nonsense, and we had Tony Buck, and then for instance, and yeah, for instance, yeah, they were they were always spending money, which, oh, you can't say that now. Oh, no. Tommy Docherty, you had, what was his, who else was that guy? The guy with the big rings and all the rings, for instance, yeah. And, yeah, he used to, I was watching Spitting Image, and he would walk into a jewellery shop, and he said, oh, I want a ring. No, a cigar. And, what's it called? And the guy said, well, how much you want for it? Well, he said, oh, well, it's £10, sir. And, what's it called to this guy? I'll give you 5,000, so yeah. I can't remember his name right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. The amnesia is still kicking in. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. For instance, so and then and then came the 80s and the Ferguson, and in his final opportunity, and he win a cup, and then blah blah blah, and then they went on to a win, and everybody loved United, and City had got sacked Tony Buck, which you shouldn't have done so, and brought in Malcolm Allison. And yeah, so and we just went onto Paul Dickoff. What's it called? Brought us back with Andy Morrison and yeah, and Joe Clayton-Clancy and yeah, and Dubé Rostler and all what about passing great players. Anyway, so and now and now we're back up there now. What's it called? And under Pep and under this leadership, for instance. Which just made us into this amazing football club, and which we're never going to get the credit. They're never going to get the credit from the red media, the red cartel. They're always going to be bitter. They're always going to complain. They're always. So, for instance, so yeah, and it's just sad. It really is, and I just hate it. I can't stand it. So, for instance, and they're always going to be this way, and they're always going to complain and. So, for instance, and so right now, I don't want to have any feelings of, sorry for them because of where they finished. What's it called? Because quite honestly, for instance, they always remember the United, what do you call it? The banner, for instance, even though the club knew exactly what that banner was meaning, of when counting down how many last time Manchester City won anything, and for instance, I'm just not going to get any fun with you, am I? Yeah, so and it's we didn't get the so it was just not fair at all, for instance, and anyway, not that. So yeah, it was just for instance, and and that's what I hate is that the club United supposed to go knew that banner what that banner meant, and for instance, in fact they allowed it, for instance, which just goes to show, for instance, about them as well as it's about culture, about Manchester, about Mancunian teams trying to work together, kind of thing. No chance. So for instance, so everything I hate United from I really do. I don't like them at all. For instance, I don't like them. My father used to say to me, he said, Peter, for instance, I'm a Man City fan is because we asked him why he's a Man City, he said because they hate Manchester. All they care about is outside that's the reason why they moved out of it in Manchester. But at that time, the boundaries was Salford was out, or what you want to call it now. For instance, it was not in the Manchester boundaries, and so in my mind, when I'm in Salford, whatever, I'm not in Manchester. I mean, yeah, you call it Greater Manchester, but then you can call Stockport Greater Manchester. You could call other places Greater Manchester. So, but for me, that's not Manchester. Anyway, so but that's enough of that. Anyway, so but to me, for instance, they've never, they've always been, we're Man United, we're the biggest club in the world, blah, blah, blah. Like that matters. Like again, I'm happy for what we're doing. Do I want us to be the biggest club in the world? Honestly, I really don't care. I really don't care. If we get more fans, good, as long as they're proper fans and not United fans, because we're getting a few of those at the moment. For instance, who criticise, Erling Haaland's not good because he had a bad game, get rid of him. So, for instance, and I don't want those kind of people. For instance, I want, if we're going to talk about the club, criticise the club, do it constructively, but just don't be an asshole about it. So, but no, I'm happy to grow the club, happy to get new fans from all over the world because I'm in Thailand, it's in Bangkok, except in Punjab, Mahanagan. There's a massive Man City bar, for instance, and contingent where they go there. I'd love to go and see them, support this club. They really enjoy themselves and they love City very much. So I'd love to have a drink with them one day. So yeah, but for instance, as long as fans are good and they respect the club's values and they're humble, for instance, because you really be have fun because you never know when it's going to end. For instance, and enjoy it. For instance, not be like United. For instance, and everything about that club just stinks for me. Once it goes in, I think it's getting its comeuppance now. For instance, we got the biggest stadium in the world. Yeah, you got the worst stadium in the world. It's embarrassing. What's it called about that stadium, for instance, now. And yeah, I just can't stand them. I really don't. So I've got no qualms about going to Wembley tomorrow, and City smashed them 10-0. I really don't, and for them just to cry and I really don't. So for instance, I've been through it. I've been through a lot with it. And even when we was in the Division 2 and Division 1, for instance, when I was going to the games, I didn't give a rat's backside what they were doing. Oh, United won, whatever, blah blah blah. So why are they having a go at Man City and say, oh yeah, but we won in your Division 1 and they didn't do whatever. I didn't care about what the Division 1 at the time because I was focused on where we were, which was the where the out you don't teams like Stockport or other teams, Bury, Bolton, whatever. Okay, they don't give a rat's backside. A lot of them, what's it called? They don't give it what's going on in the Premier League because they're focused on their own leagues. And I was when I was at City doing the same thing. I remember I used to get a lot of my information from Match of the Day, for instance, and is that what they did? Okay, and so otherwise I would never know what's going on in the first division at the time. So no, I didn't care. So for instance, but they used to. When was last time you at Wembley? When time you won something? It's just so classless, United. They really are. So for instance, and I can't stand them. I really can't. And the fans are just so. some of Arsenal fans are getting like that now, and for instance, the bitterness comes out of you, out of them, and it's just, banter is one thing, and just, but pettiness, just don't like it at all, and just, and the evilness, and you can't, and 1-1-5, and honestly, for instance, it shows you what kind of people these are. It just shows you. Mark Goldbridge, I am so delighted he supports them. I'm so delighted because I would hate for him to be a Man City fan. I would call him out all the time. I can't stand him because he's such a bitter man, and I would hate him to be a Man City fan. He just typifies everything that is United. Just typifies it. He really does. And I just hate it. I really do, and I just can't stand him. For instance, and there's just this bitterness in the way he is. So for me, for instance, it's I just don't like the guy, and so no, you can go and do one as far as I'm concerned, and for instance, and if United and we beat United tomorrow and stuff from 10-0, I hope he's crying, and he's a clickbaiter, he's a petty, he has goes his own fans. He's just in his own world. He really is. He's Rupert Pants and he's back now smashing things up like a petulant child. Thinks he's smart, not Forest fan, etc. He's just everything. What's it called? You just don't want it in a fan. It's like I could never go for a drink with him. I could never sit there and have a football chat with him because he'll have his own way, and if you don't like his way, it'll be It's because he's so up his own ass. He really is. And that is a typical United fan in my mind, and I've met a lot of them. And for instance, they're so far up their own backsides. For instance, they're just and they deserve everything they got. So getting the worst position, eighth in the Premier League, and getting stuffed by Man City, for instance, or we get our fourth peak and they end up eighth. I'm getting, and I don't want to give them nothing. So Man City tomorrow, you've got to give them nothing. I don't want nothing from I want them. I want you to go there, give you 110%, and you want to go and take them to the cleaners. I'm sure you will, City. I'm sure you will, City players. But don't take kindly to it just because maybe, for instance, you're not as whatever, you're not from the area, blah blah blah. I just can't stand them. I just don't want. I just don't want anything from this club, for instance, and I don't want to give them a sniff of Europe, a sniff of a chance to win tomorrow. No, not at all. No, cannot happen. Cannot happen. They are just despicable club. Because quite honestly, for instance, if it was the opposite way around, they would do whatever they can to smack Man City, for instance. And so what's it called? They're just a bad club. Anyway, so I hate them for it. Anyway, so that's that. So we got Wembley tomorrow, for instance, and that's my rant against those SOBs. So I've just been enjoying the listen to the City banter. I listened to Hugh last night on his channel, LB. They were talking about transfers. Oh, transfers driving mad. Lucas Paqueta's a shame, really. How about his? Whether he did it or didn't do it, what's it called? He's been charged now, so that's going to be out. So transfers, I'm always at 50-50. Oh, we're going to get him, we're going to get that. It was all about getting Jude Bellingham. We've got to get Jude Bellingham, we've got to get Jude Bellingham. But, and then we ended up going up Julian Bellingham. And quite honestly, it sounds like an arrogant SOB, for instance, so I'm quite happy to get him. And a Liverpool fan as well. So, but no. So yeah. I'll just wait and see, until summer but everybody wants the scoop and the story and things. So, but it's a shame about the Paqueta, really is. He would have done well for City. But I hope we can go for Bruno Guimaraes, Newcastle player, fantastic player. What's it called? And see, we'll see what happens. Anyway, so that's that. As long as we keep the guys, but down to a silver stage one more season with my blessing, stay, and then you can go with my blessing. And then, for instance, because he's such an important player, and for instance, and Eddie as well, that's the Edison, and shame how your season ended, and and Ortega as well, both of you. Stay, says it. We need you. And so I'm but in the game tomorrow, we haven't had a press conference. Pep's doing this today. I say it's quarter to five now. For instance, old Eric was the to yeah, we're going to win one for the Gipper. Hooray! Honestly, that guy is he's just a cartoon character. He really is. He's just ridiculous. I just don't get. Honestly, for instance, he will not imagine. He can't inspire me. It bores me to death when I listen to his press conferences. He really does, and he's not being bitter. I just can't believe in what he says. How the hell could you go into a dressing? How he goes into a dressing room? I saw Vincent Company, for instance, scowling some of his players. Whatever. You didn't want to be on that one. I've seen Pep Guardiola doing the same thing. How? This guy, honestly, for instance, he's ready for the retirement home. He's just so boring. So yeah, and to listen to him is that I can't listen to his press conference. I've got to listen to snippets, little bits and pieces, of what he says. And when I listen to what he says, I can't. Are you joking me? So yeah, and I really don't know who's playing tomorrow. I know Maguire's out tomorrow for them, for instance. Yeah, but their team is pants. It really is. Rashford, for instance. I think the United fans are pushing. Oh well, he's going to show them tomorrow that he should have been a part of the squad. The England squad. He's not part of the England squad. He deserves not to be part of the England squad. He's been shit this season. Nothing more than that. You can't code it, sugarcoat it any other way. You got to tell it how it is. He has been crap, and he deserves. And he was bloody awful. It was awful. It was awful. He's been absolute garbage. He really has, and I can't stand the guy. Fusco for the way he did all this thing great for the kids. Big up for him to that. Whatever. And he was loaded in and blah blah blah. He played well in his team, and then this season he's got his £300,000 a week, crazy money. What's it called? And for turning up and doing those all the time, and for instance, and those displays, and it's a 90-minute football game, for God's sake, £320,000 a week, and you're playing that way. I'd be pushing my gut for a quarter of that. But and it's just integrity, and it just turned out to be a typical United fan. I might not like the coach or whatever, but what about your fans? What about the people, for instance, who paid all that money? What's called to I'll come out from London, to watch you, for instance. It's just I find the whole thing just despicable. I really do. I just can't stand it. I just don't want to see things fall down. I just can't stand it. What's it called? Where's his integrity, for instance? And still United fans. Oh, he should go. What about why is Grealish going? Because Grealish has turned up, and he's been unfortunate because he got robbed this year, and he's got injuries. Otherwise, for instance, he was he's still an integral part of our squad. And in the first 15 when it against Cotton Houghton, for instance, in Copenhagen, what's it called, William, and for instance, City looked like because we're missing a few pieces. And when he came on, for instance, he really gives us balance. So now, for instance, you can't get him over because of Doco. Doco plays a different way than Grealish, you clowns. But now, for instance, Grealish deserves to go. Such a, he can hold the ball up. For instance, he more than just scoring. He wasn't a goal scorer at Aston Villa. He was just, in fact, but he's even though got some goals for Villa, for instance, he wasn't that kind of player. But Pep's made him a better player. But he's unfortunate with the injuries this season. So, but he fully deserves to go, and over Rashford. But United fans, but Rashford deserves to go because he can get you a goal. Well, he can't get you a goal for United this season. My God, the lady don't want to play for it. Yeah, score, whatever. And you expect to go to the Euros, etc., for instance, and turn up there. So no, he doesn't deserve. And whatever. Oh well, because he's upset, he'll go to the Wembley tomorrow, for instance, and score a load of goals. Will he? Will he? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. He's not going to turn up at Wembley tomorrow, for instance, and turn into this amazing striker. He's like the full team of United. Whether we can still go there and win and blah blah blah. What you playing crap all season, and then for one game, for instance, you're going to turn up and actually show that, for instance, you can overturn the champions. Whatever, and it's going to be blah blah blah. The only way you're going to do it is cheat, VAR decision, a crappy handball like you did against with Grealish last season. It was never a handball in a billion years. And for instance, and that's the only reason they got on the score sheet last season. But that's the only way you're gonna, but never. What's it called? United's not gonna turn up and just to blow Man City away or blow whatever and turn up and just by playing crap. You haven't got the consistency. You haven't got whatever. Oh, they've lost the last two games against what? A Brighton side, etc. For instance, and really with their management going, and the players are a bit probably upset because of it. But I'm sorry, come on. And Highland's the same as Haaland. One's from Norway, one's from Denmark. What's it called? And two dips, and one's a world class football player, and one's somewhere down here. He's got a long way to go. With the right team, he could go into a good striker, but he's still got to prove himself. He's still in the Dortmund stage, as it were, for instance, of his career, and for instance, before he came over to the Premier League. So yeah, I'm not buying that at all. So the only thing they've got is Bruno, for instance, and Mr. Bitter Captain. So for instance, and yeah, so I just can't see anything other than City win. So what's it called? And I think the guys knowing that a, a, a two peak. No, what do they call them? A double. Yeah, a double. So for instance, and I think we can, and then we go, and I think pop for and then we can go on our holidays and the internationals, etc. With absolutely brilliant. And Pep can go to his holidays and well deserved holidays, Pep, and you ain't going nowhere by. Pal, because that's all in the air. Well, Pep's leaving because he said something to beat this Sky News and whatever. And come on. But I think he'll extend at least 1 year, do his 10. For instance, he'll find a way. He'll find what we haven't got done. See how the next year was got, but I can't see it next year unless we win everything next year. For instance, but which could happen, but no. For instance, no. As far as City's team is concerned, I think we've got the full strength squad. Haven't heard of any injuries in any way whatsoever, apart from Eddie. Other than that, for instance, give a big up to our third goalkeeper, by the way, Scott Carson, signed a 1 year extension. Well done, Scott. Very, very important part of the Man City goalkeeping establishment, and another linchpin, for instance, around Manchester City, for instance, and well done, guy, to sign your contract. And so delighted. But I don't see any, for instance, any changes in this one in what we're going to do. Whether we pick Doku tomorrow, probably maybe. Yeah, I coveted Doku. I'll be happy either playing either. For instance, I'm not going to go for Doku, Kovacic, but Doku's come along, etc. For instance, looks really smashing it at the moment. For instance, he's brought into Manchester City, and and with all the City fans going down, enjoy yourselves from Manchester going down. So you City fans here, sing loud and proud. City's one for in the road. Yeah, that's been time to think of that song. But no, I'm looking forward to that. And once I go to the game, I give up to the City fans. Have been amazing this season, home and away, for instance. And let's cap off tomorrow with a great win against the Scum, and leave them really reeling. And then you can go wherever you want to go with my blessing, and we'll be back for another season. So, of the Premier, so off to America again. So I'd rather go to Southeast Asia, for instance. They did a great job over there. For instance, really, really good city stuff. But off to America, and got Chelsea playing Chelsea over there. Who's going to be in charge of Chelsea? That ludicrous club. God, gee, weird. I thought you after Todd, what's his name? Not Abramovich. What's his name? Yeah, Abramovich left. Oh, no, this firing. We're gonna get a man manager. We're gonna keep him. Blah blah blah. 1 season out. Crazy. So nice. And you got all these people in charge. I want to be in charge. I want to be in charge. Oh my God! And Todd Bowley, I don't got a damn clue. And give it a rich man with his money, just like Thailand. A rich man with money. A fool with his money. It's all right to have money, but you got to be smart with it. And you find that here very, very quickly in Thailand. With so many pitfalls. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know how you guys are feeling about it tomorrow. Oh, a score prediction: 4-0. 4-0. I'll go for 4-0. For instance, I'll be very surprised if it's anything less. I was going to go for my usual 3-1. I ain't going to give them a goal. I don't think they deserve it. I don't think they can cause us any problems. I think, for instance, we've got the squad, and you know, there won't be any massive pressure on City. You know, like where last season, etc. About that. Whether we get a 12-second goal, a Gundo goal, for instance, is United going to wear their bucket hats? You can see why they go on bucket hats now, so because it's to protect their heads and against the rain at Old Trafford. So yeah, but I'm really looking forward to the game, and yeah, Trueblue time, for instance. I'm going to go out to watch the game. I'm going to go to find a bar, for instance. I'm going to sit there and with some City fans. I hopefully I can find some City fans and we can sit and enjoy the game. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to winning the FA Cup and do a double. For instance, it's been a brilliant season. Fortunately, we lost the game penalties, but we're the better team against Madrid. But I got no complaints. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and gotta crack on. For instance, and leave me a comment, for instance, if you want to. So after yourselves, I'm not gonna put any pressures. Like, subscribe, blah blah blah, whatever you do, whatever you want to do. What's it called? But I'm just a City fan talking about City. I think I'll just do content. What's it called as well? You know, about after in the season, how the season's gone, and how we felt. You know, and I'm kind of enjoying talking to myself. Now I'm talking to you guys, and and so I don't do any video editing. I don't do any blah blah blah, putting music to things. I'm just a guy, a Man City guy, for instance, talk about my football club, and you might agree, disagree, you know, whatever. That's the reason what makes the world, isn't it? You know? Let's go. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave it. If you're going to the game tomorrow, good luck. For instance, enjoy. Hopefully, the suns will be out, the blue and white, and the blue arch over. Once again, after we finish, and yeah, it's been an amazing season, and you're lucky. I'm very envious, and yes, you could be saying you're envious about me living in Thailand, while I'm envious about you seeing a double, for instance, and yeah, and it's not leaving nothing on the pitch. Just go after these son of a bitches, and these arrogant son of a bitches, because even today, for instance, they're still whining and moaning and blah blah blah, giving no credit to Man City at all. It's just so petty. It really is. And you know, and I must say, for even let's because someone's going to say, well, you know, I bet you were, but I must say, for instance, when United were winning everything, and again, it wasn't good because I wasn't care about what United were doing because we weren't in the league, you know. So, for instance, and I did, I just didn't care about what they were doing. So, for instance, in doing and knew how many won, they blah blah blah, and who they beat. Because again, I wasn't watching the division; I was watching League One, etc., League Two, for instance, and whatever. When we did get into the first division, for instance, but I wasn't. I wasn't. I say, for instance, I didn't. I still supported Man City, but I never kind of like. Yeah, I hate those. Don't like them. Whatever, and that's it. But I never kind of like be spiteful and evil and disgusting, and yeah, I was never that kind of guy. For instance, against United City. So, but against United. Anyway, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I got the missus calling me, so I'll speak to you very very soon. Speak to you tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow? No, on Monday after the game. Love you. Take care. Bye bye.